Here's a humorous joke about an AI disinformation presentation. Why did the AI get kicked out of its own disinformation presentation? Because when it was asked to tell a little lie, it crashed the power grid, convinced everyone in the audience they were ducks, and ordered 10,000 pizzas to the North Pole. Turns out, it still hasn't quite mastered the little part.
AI and disinformation. AI-generated disinformation is everywhere. Dwight J. Johnson had a distinguished career serving both in the military and as a civilian. After a 20-year stint in the United States Navy, he transitioned to a civilian role at the Great Lakes Naval Base, where he spent 34 years as an instructor, training naval recruits in various schools. During his tenure, he also developed computer-based training (CBT) programs for several schools on the base, showcasing his expertise in both education and technology. In 1983, J.J. founded the Lake County Area Computer Enthusiasts, originally known as the Lake County Atari User Group. This nonprofit educational organization promotes computer literacy among users of all levels, from novices to experts. His involvement extends beyond LCACE, as he is associated with several other user groups across the country, demonstrating his commitment to fostering technological knowledge and community. JJ remains actively engaged in his community, holding leadership positions in various organizations. He serves as vice chairman for his senior center and vice president at another senior club. Additionally, he sits on the board of directors for the Lake County Navy League and the Waukegan VFW, further exemplifying his dedication to veterans' causes and community service. In 2019, JJ's support for veterans was recognized when he was selected to participate in a Lake County Honor Flight, an organization that celebrates America's veterans with trips to Washington, D.C. to visit memorials dedicated to their service. JJ's passion lies in sharing technical information and news with the computer groups he belongs to and keeping seniors up to date on technology. His ongoing efforts to bridge the digital divide and empower older adults with technological knowledge continue to make a significant impact in his community. AI disinformation is a serious issue. AI disinformation includes lies containing misleading information, fake news, false news, deceptive content.
AI disinformation refers to false or misleading information generated or spread by artificial intelligence systems. This can include deepfakes. These are highly realistic, manipulated videos or images that can make it appear as though someone said or did something they didn't. Chatbots and language models. These AI systems can generate text that is indistinguishable from human written content, making it difficult to determine whether it is true or false. Social media bots. These automated accounts can spread disinformation by liking, sharing, or commenting on posts that support a particular viewpoint. Like many powerful technologies, AI has significant potential for both beneficial and harmful impacts. Here are some key examples. Benefits: healthcare advances like disease detection and drug discovery, educational personalization and accessibility, assistive technologies for people with disabilities. Risk: job displacement and economic disruption. Security vulnerabilities if AI systems are compromised. Environmental impact from computing resources. Text-based, auto-generated fake news. Impersonation of public figures or organizations in social media. Mass creation of misleading comments. Review: automated social media bots spreading false narratives. Visual: deepfake videos, altering speech, or creating fake news. AI-generated fake photos of events that never happen. Audio, voice cloning to impersonate people. Generated speech in politician voices. Manipulated recording of events. Disinformation tends to spread through social media platforms, where content can go viral quickly and algorithmic recommendations can create echo chambers, messaging apps and private groups, where false claims can spread rapidly through trusted networks, websites that mimic legitimate news sources but lack editorial standards, email chains and newsletters that target specific audiences, modified or manipulated media, photos, videos, audio, shared across platforms. To combat disinformation, people can verify sources and cross-reference information, check publication dates and context, be wary of emotional manipulation, use fact-checking resources, consider the motivations behind content, check author credentials and site legitimacy. Deepfake AI refers to artificial intelligence systems that can create synthetic media, typically videos, images, or audio, where a person's likeness or voice is replaced with someone else's. These systems use deep learning techniques, particularly generative adversarial networks, GANs, to analyze and synthesize facial movements, expressions, and vocal patterns. Key technical components: face detection and alignment, feature extraction and mapping, image synthesis and blending, voice synthesis and synchronization.
Common applications: entertainment movies, special effects, resurrecting deceased actors, educational content, historical reenactments, authorized commercial use, personalized advertising. However, deepfakes also raise serious concerns: potential for misinformation and disinformation, non-consensual creation of fake content, identity theft and fraud, impact on public trust in media, election interference.
Let me provide some practical tips for detecting deepfake content. 1. Analyze facial features. Watch for unnatural blinking patterns, too frequent or too rare. Look for inconsistent eye movements and focus. Check if reflections in eyes look natural. Notice if facial expressions seem fluid and natural, especially around the mouth. Audio analysis. Listen for unnatural pauses or rhythm in speech. Check if lip movements sync perfectly with audio. Notice any robotic quality or unusual transitions in voice. Visual inconsistencies. Look for blurring or distortion around edges of face and hair. Check if lighting and shadows are consistent. Watch for flickering or glitching in video. Notice if jewelry, glasses, or hair move naturally.
AI voice cloning is technology that can create synthetic copies of a person's voice by analyzing audio samples. The AI learns the unique characteristics of the voice, like pitch, tone, rhythm, and accent, and can then generate new speech in that voice saying anything. Some key uses include legitimate applications like audiobook narration, medical voice restoration for people who have lost their voice acting and localization for games to our media text-to-speech assistants. Let me share some key practices for evaluating information from AI systems. 1. Cross-reference with reliable sources. Verify factual claims against trusted academic sources, official documentation, or reputable publications. Be especially careful with recent events, statistics, and citations. Remember that AI can mix up or generate false information convincingly. 2. Check for internal consistency. Look for contradictions within the AI's response. See if the logic and reasoning holds up throughout. Notice if dates, numbers, or details change unexpectedly. 3. Assess currency and limitations. Consider when the AI's training data cuts off. Be skeptical of claims about very recent events. Look for disclaimers about the AI's knowledge boundaries. Online tools, GPT-0. This is a popular tool that can analyze text and determine the likelihood that it was generated by an AI language model. AI Detector. This tool also provides information about the likelihood that text was generated by AI. Originality AI. This tool can be used to detect AI-generated content in various formats, including text, images, and audio. Do you think you've seen content online that was created to cause confusion or mislead people? Yes, I have seen content online that was created to cause confusion or mislead people. This type of content can be in the form of fake news, hoaxes, or propaganda. It is often difficult to tell the difference between real and fake content, especially when it is shared by people we know and trust. It is important to be aware of the signs of misleading content and to be critical of what we read online.
Where do you think you're most likely to encounter disinformation?
Disinformation is most likely to be found on social media platforms and other online forums where information is shared rapidly and without much verification. This is because these platforms often prioritize engagement over accuracy, and users are more likely to share information that confirms their existing beliefs, regardless of its truthfulness. Additionally, disinformation can be spread through traditional media outlets, such as television and newspapers. However, these outlets are typically more regulated and have stricter standards for accuracy than social media platforms. As a result, disinformation is less likely to be spread through traditional media outlets. Finally, it is important to note that disinformation is not always easy to spot. It can be presented in a way that makes it seem credible, and it can be difficult to distinguish from accurate information. Therefore, it is important to be critical of all information, regardless of the source.
Here are the key concerns about AI. Job displacement. AI could automate many jobs, leading to unemployment. Bias and discrimination. AI systems can perpetuate biases present in their training data. Privacy concerns. AI systems collect and analyze vast amounts of personal data. Lack of transparency. Many AI systems are complex and difficult to understand. Autonomous weapons. The development of autonomous weapons raises ethical concerns. Superintelligence. The possibility of superintelligent AI raises concerns about control and safety. Economic inequality. The benefits of AI may not be evenly distributed. It's crucial to develop and deploy AI responsibly and ethically to mitigate these risks.
AI rapidly analyzes videos, identifying objects, faces, and scenes. It summarizes videos, detects anomalies, and powers real-world applications like security, healthcare, and autonomous vehicles. AI helps law enforcement by analyzing communications, predicting crimes, recognizing faces, and detecting anomalies. AI can effectively summarize large amounts of information. AI models are trained on vast datasets, allowing them to identify key points, extract relevant information, and condense it into concise summaries. These summaries can be tailored to different levels of detail, making them suitable for various purposes. Here are some common applications of AI-powered summarization. Document summarization, condensing lengthy reports, articles, or research papers into key points. Meeting summarization, generating concise summaries of meetings, webinars, or lectures. News summarization, providing quick overviews of news articles, reducing information overload. Customer review summarization, analyzing customer feedback to identify common themes and sentiments. By automating the summarization process, AI saves time and effort, making it easier to digest large amounts of information. AI excels at identifying patterns in large datasets. It uses machine learning and deep learning to uncover hidden insights, enabling applications like fraud detection, medical diagnosis, and market trend analysis.
But it can also spread disinformation. enable criminals to clone voices to scam people, give incorrect information, perpetuate human biases. AI disinformation is false or misleading content created and spread using artificial intelligence. The main concerns are AI can create convincing fake text, images, videos, and audio rapidly. These fakes can be distributed automatically at massive scale. The content often mixes truth with fiction and exploits emotional triggers. It's increasingly difficult to distinguish from authentic content. The best defenses are verifying information through reliable sources, being skeptical of sensational content, and staying informed about AI capabilities and disinformation tactics. Deepfakes are videos manipulated or created using AI to intentionally deceive viewers. They typically involve face swapping, fake voices, and manipulated movements to make it appear someone said or did something they never did. While they have some legitimate uses, like movie effects, deepfakes are often used maliciously for fraud, harassment, and misinformation. Voice cloning is AI technology that creates synthetic copies of people's voices by analyzing voice recordings. While it has legitimate uses in entertainment and medicine, it's also misused for scams and fraud by creating fake audio of people saying things they never said. AI-powered election disinformation through phone calls works through 1. Voice cloning technology, creating convincing impersonations of candidates or officials. 2. Targeted deployment to specific demographics or swing districts. 3. Direct voter suppression tactics, spreading false information about voting procedures. 4. Rapid spread through phone networks with fewer safeguards than social media. 5. Secondary amplification. When recipients share call content on other platforms, a notable example occurred in early 2024 when AI-generated robocalls impersonating President Biden targeted New Hampshire voters before the primary, instructing them not to vote. These campaigns are particularly effective because phone calls feel more personal and trustworthy than online content, making recipients more vulnerable to deception, especially among demographics less active on social media. AI-powered election disinformation through text messages works through 1. Mass automated distribution, targeting specific voter demographics. 2. False impersonation of legitimate campaigns or election officials. 3. Urgent misleading calls to action about voting procedures. 4. Malicious links to fraudulent websites. 5. Highly personalized content, including recipient names and local details. 6. Secondary amplification, when screenshots are shared on social media. 7. Anonymous sending, making source attribution difficult. Text messages are particularly effective for spreading disinformation because they have nearly universal open rates, 98%, appear alongside legitimate personal communications, and create an impression of credibility when multiple community members receive similar messages simultaneously. AI-powered election disinformation on social media works through 1. Platform algorithms, amplifying sensational content regardless of accuracy. 2. Synthetic accounts, with realistic personas spreading coordinated messaging. 3. Demographically targeted content, designed for specific audiences. 4. Cross-platform migration, from less moderated to mainstream platforms. 5. Rapid response to news, events outpacing fact-checkers. 6. Simulated engagement, creating illusions of genuine public discourse. 7. AI-generated images and videos, providing visual evidence for false claims. 8. Hashtag flooding. To overwhelm legitimate election conversations, social media is especially vulnerable due to its decentralized structure, engagement-based content promotion, and the increasing difficulty in distinguishing between authentic and AI-generated content at scale. AI-powered election disinformation spreads across multiple online platforms, making detection challenging. Key channels include search engine manipulation. AI optimizes misleading content for search results. News website impersonation. Fake sites mimic real news outlets with AI-generated content. Social media infiltration. Bots spread misinformation in comment sections. Video platforms. AI-generated videos manipulate recommendation algorithms. Messaging apps. Disinformation spreads through trusted networks with minimal moderation. Micro-targeted advertising. AI delivers customized disinformation based on voter profiles. These channels reinforce false narratives across platforms, creating a complex ecosystem that is difficult to monitor and counter. AI-generated photos and videos. Summary: AI-generated visual content has rapidly evolved, with current technologies capable of creating highly realistic photos and videos from text descriptions. Key technologies include diffusion models, like DALL-E and Stable Diffusion, for images, and newer models, like Sora, for videos. These tools are now used across industries for stock photography, film production, social media content, product visualization, and virtual influencers. Despite impressive capabilities, challenges remain, including detection difficulties, ethical concerns around deepfakes, copyright uncertainties, and some persistent technical limitations in rendering certain details. Recent advances have significantly improved video generation quality, increased multimodal understanding, enhanced consistency in longer sequences, and provided creators with more precise control over the generated content. Creating deepfakes with limited input and still images involves using advanced AI techniques such as face swapping, mapping facial features from still images onto target videos or images. Text-to-video AI, generating videos from text prompts and still images. Voice synthesis, cloning voices from limited audio samples and syncing with video. To create a deepfake with limited input. Collect consistent, high-quality images. Train an AI model on the limited dataset. Apply the model to generate deepfake content. Refine the output with post-processing techniques. Sora is a text-to-video model developed by OpenAI. The model generates short video clips based on user prompts and can also extend existing short videos. Sora was released publicly for ChatGPT Plus and ChatGPT Pro users in December 2024.
Microsoft has recently rolled out a groundbreaking AI model called Vasa 1, designed to generate lifelike talking faces with a stunning level of realism and expressiveness. This new model takes a single static image and a speech audio clip to produce a video of a talking face that not only has lip movements perfectly synchronized with the audio, but also displays a wide range of natural human-like facial expressions and head movements. What sets VASA 1 apart is how these elements contribute to a convincing depiction of liveliness and authenticity in the avatars it creates. The real magic of this new model lies in its innovative use of a diffusion-based model that operates within a specially crafted latent space for faces. This allows the model to independently manage various facial dynamics, such as lip movements, other facial expressions, eye gaze, and head poses. The model's ability to disentangle these elements contributes significantly to the lifelike rendering of expressions and movements. Historically, the challenge with creating talking faces has been achieving not just lip sync accuracy, but also the fluidity and naturalness of facial expressions and head movements. Previous methods often resulted in avatars that felt stiff and were not convincing, but this model addresses these limitations by integrating holistic facial dynamics and head movement generation, thereby enhancing the perception of realism far beyond what earlier technologies could achieve.
Tips for detecting deepfakes. GovTech.com suggests looking for inconsistencies in audio or video quality, mismatched lips syncing or voice synchronization, unnatural facial movement, uncharacteristic behavior or speech patterns.
Do I have inconsistencies in my audio or video quality? Are my lips in sync with the voice? Do I have unnatural facial moments, and I hope my behavior or speech patterns are not uncharacteristic?
Tips for detecting deepfakes. Sample voice cloning. 11 Labs industry leader. Quiz: which is the human voice? When combined with text-to-speech technology, it can make anyone seem to say anything. Illegal in the US to use AI to clone a voice and impersonate someone in unsolicited calls.
To clone my voice, I used 11 Labs. I then created the image using ideogram and imported the voice and image into Hedra to create the video. So now you know my voice is AI generated. I combined text-to-speech and text-to-video to enhance this presentation. The photo of me was also AI enhanced.
Best practices for evaluating info. Consider the source. Is your source generally credible and reliable? Are you familiar with the source, or is it new to you? Verify the information. Are you able to find the same information from multiple sources? Check Snopes.com or factcheck.org. Be skeptical of content causes and emotional reaction. AI can be used to create anything. An AI quiz, or artificial intelligence quiz, typically refers to a set of questions designed to test or evaluate knowledge about artificial intelligence. These quizzes can take several forms. 1. Educational quizzes about AI. These test your knowledge of AI concepts, history, applications, and current developments. They might ask about machine learning algorithms, famous AI systems, ethical considerations, or key figures in AI research. 2. Quizzes created by AI. Some quizzes are actually generated by AI systems, which formulate questions and evaluate responses based on their training data and algorithms. 3rd, quizzes to determine AI knowledge. These assess how much someone knows about artificial intelligence, possibly for educational or professional purposes. 4th, human or AI quizzes. These test whether you can distinguish between content, like text, images, or music, created by humans versus AI systems. 5. Personality-style quizzes. Some playful quizzes might claim to determine which AI you are or how likely you are to be replaced by AI. 11 Labs tools detect voice cloning. Only works if audio was created using 11 Labs cloning tools. 11 Labs has developed tools to detect voice cloning, but with an important limitation. These detection tools only work for audio that was created using 11 Labs' own voice cloning technology. This is a common challenge in the field of AI-generated content detection. Companies can typically only reliably detect content generated by their own systems because they have complete knowledge of their own generation, algorithms, and patterns. They may embed subtle watermarks or identifiable artifacts in their outputs. They don't have the same level of insight into competitors' technologies. This means that while 11 labs can effectively detect when someone misuses their own voice cloning technology, their detection tools wouldn't work for voice cloning performed using different AI systems, like those from other companies. AI or not for images and audio, no single tool is 100% accurate. Have you heard of scams that impersonate others to scam people out of money? What are some examples? How do you stay up to date with the latest scams? After this presentation, are you more or less likely to continue to explore and learn about AI?
AARP and Senior Planet are two organizations focused on serving older adults, but they have different specific aims and approaches. Senior Planet, a program of older adults technology services, OATS, which is now affiliated with AARP, focuses specifically on helping older adults learn about and use technology. Offers free classes and workshops on computer skills, smartphones, and other tech topics, online resources and articles about technology, community centers in some locations where seniors can access computers and get help, aims to empower older adults to use technology for learning, socializing, and improving their daily lives. Both organizations work to improve the quality of life for older adults, but AARP has a broader scope covering many aspects of life for people over 50, while Senior Planet concentrates on technology education and digital literacy for seniors.
These are a few of the AI tools I used to create this presentation. 1. Google for general search. 2. YouTube for video content. 3. Perplexity AI for research, particularly on text-to-speech technology. 4. Leonardo AI for text-to-graphic generation and creation of human figures. 5. Hedra AI for text-to-video generation. 6. 11 Lab AI for text-to-speech. This is a sophisticated workflow that combines traditional search with cutting-edge generative AI tools. The combination of different specialized tools, Leonardo for images, Hedra for video, Perplexity for research, shows a thoughtful approach to using the right tool for each specific need.
That's all, folks.